What if I told you Caitlin Clark's next decision could rewrite not just her destiny, but the entire course of women's basketball? For months, she's ruled as the WNBA's brightest star, the ratings goldmine, the league's poster girl, carrying it all while critics try to tear her down. But now, a jaw-dropping twist is in play. A Saudi-backed international basketball empire called Project B is reportedly ready to unleash ridiculous money, not millions, but hundreds of millions. And yes, Caitlin Clark sits right at the top of that list.
And Saudi Arabia has gotten more and more involved in sports over the past decade. Probably the biggest league that they started was Live Golf, which directly competed with the PGA and also stole some of the biggest PGA golfers because they were able to offer them insane contracts. Like the #1 Live Golf player earned $300 million. Phil Mickelson earned $200 million, and the list goes on.
So here's the million-dollar question everyone's whispering about. Does Caitlin Clark stay loyal to a league that never truly had her back? Or does she finally take the bag she's earned 10 times over? Because if these leaks are even half true, her next deal could make every WNBA paycheck look like lunch money. A few weeks ago, anyone would have sworn Caitlin Clark leaving the W was impossible. She turned down Unrivaled twice. She said no to Ice Cube's Big Three. She even skipped global tournaments just to stay locked in on the league. But the game just flipped. Behind closed doors, Project B, a Saudi-funded global basketball powerhouse, is quietly putting together an Avengers-level lineup of investors, athletes, and execs. We're talking Grady Burnett, ex-Google and Facebook hotshot, John Tallon, co-founder of Skype, and Elena Beard, WNBA legend turned chief basketball officer. Their mission? Build a women's league that pays like men's sports and finally puts the players, not the politics, on top. And they're not just talking. They're paying 10 times WNBA salaries. Read that again, 10 times. While a WNBA Supermax barely touches $850K, Project B is tossing around multi-million, even 8-figure contracts. That's before sponsorship equity, travel perks, and ownership shares even hit the table. For a name like Caitlin Clark, that's not just a payday, it's generational wealth. So what is this mysterious Project B exactly? A globe-trotting tour with 6 elite teams, 11 players each, tearing through Asia, Europe, and the Americas. 7 tournaments, 2 weeks apiece during the WNBA offseason. 14 weeks of basketball, private flights, 5-star hotels, and 0 back-to-backs. And technically, it doesn't even clash with the WNBA schedule. But let's be honest. Once you're cashing 7 figures for half the grind, are you really coming back to the W for a tenth of the pay? Please, if Project B lands, it'll hit the WNBA like Live Golf hit the PGA by straight up buying the stars. And Saudi Arabia's resume speaks for itself. Cristiano Ronaldo, $700 million. Neymar, $300 million. Phil Mickelson, $200 million. Now picture those numbers with Caitlin Clark in the spotlight. It's not a dream. It's a hostile takeover wrapped in a checkbook. For most of her run, Caitlin Clark has bled loyalty to the W. She's talked about growing the game, inspiring girls, lifting the league. But loyalty fades fast when you're underpaid, over-criticized, and getting body-checked every night while the refs look away. The harsh truth? The WNBA hasn't treated her like its biggest star. It's treated her like a problem to contain. Mocked by vets, hacked by defenders, and ignored by leadership. And through it all, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert stayed silent.
Candace Parker's involved in this, folks. Candace Parker's involved in this. You don't think she's talking to Aaliyah Boston during the podcast? Hey, AB, I got this thing. I know you're getting paid this in Unrivaled, but we could pay you this over here. I'm sure she's having that conversation. I'm sure she's having that conversation with a lot of players in the WNBA. The question is, how much are they offering, and will they jump ship?
Even veterans like Candace Parker have blasted that radio silence, straight up calling out Kathy Engelbert's disconnect compared to how Adam Silver actually treats his stars. When Silver's sending baby gifts and Christmas texts, Engelbert can't even manage a thank you email. Now picture Caitlin Clark, after a rookie season that felt like a non-stop storm. Brutal games, headline drama, media chaos. suddenly staring down a $100 million offer from a league ready to treat her like basketball royalty. Private jets, creative control, ownership equity, actual respect. That's not temptation. That's poetic justice.
And I'll tell you this. I signed a deal with Amazon to broadcast for Amazon. I got a text from Adam Silver saying congratulations. I had my third child. I got a text from Adam Silver about my third child. Now, whether this is Adam or his assistant, somebody from the league office is reaching out to me. I got a baby gift for my third child. I get a Christmas gift from Adam Silver every year. I retired. Adam Silver sent me a text message that basically congratulated me on my career and how much I've done for the women's game, and look forward to how much I'm going to do from the sideline. I have not heard from Kathy.
The plot really thickens. Multiple insiders claim Candace Parker isn't just watching Project B from the sidelines. She's in it, not only as an investor, but as a full-blown recruiter. And if that's true, everything changes overnight. Because Candace Parker isn't some fringe personality. She's the most respected voice in women's basketball, and she's never been shy about calling out the WNBA's leadership mess. She's got direct lines to every major name in the game, from Aja Wilson to Aaliyah Boston, and you'd better believe those DMs are heating up. Picture this pitch. Hey Aaliyah, you're grinding for 6 figures in the W, but what if I could get you $5 million for 14 weeks? First-class travel, full creative freedom, and an ownership stake in the league. That's not a sales pitch. That's a mic drop. Candace Parker could become to Project B what Greg Norman was to LIV Golf, the bridge that pulls elite talent straight out of the old guard. And once a few stars sign, the dominoes won't just fall, they'll crash. Now, let's address the billion-dollar elephant in the room, the money. The WNBA's top salary still hovers around $240,000 for most players, with only a few creeping toward $850K under the next CBA. Meanwhile, Project B investors are openly saying they'll pay 10 times that. Translation? A player like Sophie Cunningham, charismatic, marketable, and game-ready, could pocket $5 million in one short season. $5 million. That's not a raise, that's a whole new reality.
A player like Sophie Cunningham, in all honesty, a player like Sophie Cunningham, who is a good contributor to a team, and we know has star power. She's got the looks, she's got the personality. The Saudis are liable to pay Sophie Cunningham $5 million in that league. There is no chance of her earning that from the Unrivaled or from the WNBA. And they're not going to agree. You can bet these WNBA players already know how much the Saudis are willing to pay.
What kind of payday are we really talking about for Caitlin Clark? Word is, early Project B offers could start around $50 million, but insiders and investors are whispering a number closer to $200 million. And here's the kicker. It actually makes perfect business sense. Caitlin Clark drives half of the WNBA's total viewership. Team valuations have doubled since she joined. That shiny new $2 billion media deal? Her fingerprints are all over it, whether the league admits it or not. Analysts peg her total economic impact at over $1 billion. So if Project B throws her $200 million for 3 years, that's not insanity. It's strategy. Because the moment Caitlin Clark signs, the league goes global overnight. Sponsors flood in, networks start bidding wars. Project B transforms from mystery to monopoly. And if she inks that deal, it's lights out for Unrivaled, and the WNBA's entire business model gets flipped on its head. But here's where it gets messy. Caitlin Clark isn't just a hooper. She's a brand, a symbol, a walking headline. She knows that signing with a Saudi-backed league could ignite instant backlash. The critics will scream sellout, the fans will argue legacy, and the sponsors might get cold feet, at least for a minute. But history loves results, not outrage. Remember the 2010s? Diana Taurasi skipped an entire WNBA season to play one contract in Russia that paid her more than her W career combined. Guess what? No one's holding that against her now.
Was a time when Russia paid Diana Taurasi to only play in Russia. So she skipped an entire year in the WNBA because Russia was able to pay her a salary that basically kept her out of the WNBA. It kept Diana Taurasi out of the WNBA, and then when she came back, it didn't harm her legacy at all.
When Diana Taurasi came back, did anyone dare question her legacy? Not a chance. Now picture Caitlin Clark pulling in $200 million over 3 years, then waltzing back into the WNBA at 27, still in her prime, globally famous, and set for life. Her brand? Untouchable. Her influence? Bigger than the league that once underpaid her. And the wild twist? That move could save the WNBA. Because when she returns, she brings one thing the league's never faced before: leverage. Real, game-changing leverage. If the WNBA won't pay its stars what they're worth, someone else clearly will. And Project B just shouted that message through a megaphone. This isn't about one player's payday. It's about a power shift years in the making. The players finally hold the cards, and the league's old guard is running out of excuses. For too long, leadership ignored the red flags: bad officiating, low salaries, tone-deaf marketing, and a commissioner more obsessed with control than progress. Now, a Saudi-backed league has stepped into the vacuum, armed with unlimited cash and zero tolerance for politics. And for Caitlin Clark, that means one thing: choice. The kind that rewrites history. Does she stay loyal to a system that capped her value, or take the leap and redefine what women's basketball can be? So tell me, should Caitlin Clark take the deal if it's real? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more deep dives into the chaos reshaping the WNBA. Because trust me, the saga of Caitlin Clark and Project B is only getting started.